everybody. How has your week been? Welcome to this overstuffed house, which honestly is even more stuffed now than it's ever been. But, oh, I should put do not disturb on my phone or I'm going to have all kinds of stuff popping up. Come on, get me back to my screen. Hello, Val. Hello, Linda. Hello, Kathy. How are you guys? Me, I'm exhausted. I mean, I slept most of Monday, but boy, getting this house, getting this lady's house empty. Hello, Marcy and Sherry have come in. Oh, I'm knackered. I really am. I'm just beat. And it was an experience. So when we get a few more people here, because I know it takes a little time for the notices to go out, I'll tell you the saga of Magnolia. That was part of the name of the house that I helped empty, to the point where I couldn't stand anymore. And I don't mean I couldn't stand it and I just couldn't take anymore, but I mean I couldn't literally stand. My legs were like doing that wobbly crap. So yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. However, though, I mean, I was saying yes to taking stuff just to get it out of her house. So some of it was fantastic. There is a Westmoreland, I think it's Westmoreland. I have to research it, but it's a white milk glass basket vase. And it's this big round globe and it's got the grapes pattern on it. I've seen grapes pattern stuff. I've never seen this basket. So that'll probably be coming to a live sale at some point. When I figure out when I have enough energy to have one. Today's been kind of goofy. And then I heard a bang in the basement. We'll hear one of them fell off the thing. Swear one of them fell down the stairs. And then the Christmas stuff I had, the tip box it was in tipped over. So now some of it's on the floor back there. But, you know, nothing looks like it's broken. So that's good. But, oh my goodness. Hello. So, Nora. Hello. So, it was an interesting birthday, I'll tell you. I ended up spending it at that house, cleaning it out. I've got some stuff sitting here that I'm trying to go through. I had to clean up the mess I made. So I have to clean it up, but I've got this really cool compact. I am not opening this again. It does have the powder, it does have the silk screen, it does have the powder puff, and it just says K&K. But after looking it up, that's Kotler and Coppet. It's a compact. I couldn't find a date, but so that's going to be coming to a live sale, but I want to clean it. So I bought myself, with the money I made from helping with this clean out, I bought myself some presents for Tosh. I got one of those metal testing kits so I can see if something is gold or sterling, even though it might not be marked. And I got myself one of these ultrasonic jewelry cleaners. And it's only a little thing like this. But with the amount of jewelry, I don't have a huge amount, but what I do have, a lot of it's old. There's some tarnish, there's some dirt. I thought, well, you know what? I'll test this out. And I mean, they sell much bigger ones. I went for one of the smaller ones, but it's a heck of a lot easier if that stuff cleans sterling than it does to sit there trying to polish something that's like the size of a quarter with a lot of filigree work to it. So I just thought that would be a good investment. And how I chose to spend my money that I made from the house clean out was to get those two upgrades. Everything else took care of some bills. I got my Home Depot card is paid off. I don't have anything on that just now. There will be at some point. I got all of one window reglazed before the cold weather hit. I had hoped to get all the way around the first floor, but we got that cold snap, and you can't do it when it's that cold at night. The stuff freezes, it's just going to pop right off. So still have some things to winterize this place. We still have air conditioners in the windows. Mike had been sick with bronchitis, so there was no going out for my birthday. And I ended up spending my birthday at the house packing stuff. I was there until 9:30 that night and was just wiped. And then got there the next day at 9 o'clock in the morning and left at 10 o'clock at night. And then Sunday got there 9 o'clock in the morning, and by 8 o'clock that night I had to leave because my legs were just quivering and they just were giving out. And I had found a metal wheel the hard way. It was off of some piece of furniture, whether it's something that went to her house, her new place, her apartment, or whether it's something that was taken away by the people that came and took some of the furniture that she got rid of. We have no way of knowing. So she kept the two wheels because one was found at the bottom of the steps coming out of the house. And then I found the other one by stepping on it and wrenching my knee. So by 8 o'clock on Sunday, I could barely stand and I had to go. And I said, I'm sorry, but I can't do anymore. The hernia hurts. I'm aggravating the crap out of that. And now my knee is swelling and my legs are going. And she was very sweet about it. And because I had been there every day, even on Scout Wednesday, I was there this past week. And she did not get out in time. She was not out by the end of Sunday. She was not out by the end of Monday, because Monday I got a phone call saying, because she very kindly gave us a rug for my dining room. Now, I have to get it cleaned at some point, but it's a big, nice wool carpet, beautiful quality thing. And Mike was over there on Monday. He was also taking a look at me, telling me, "You are real pale. You're done. We need to get you out of here." So Monday, though, we had told him, "Don't worry about the padding under the carpet. When the time comes, I'll just buy new padding." And this one person kept insisting that you have to have the padding. This is good quality. Da 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 da. Well, when we went back on Monday, and those two, Mike and her, and that particular helper rolled up the carpet. I mean, not the carpet, but the padding. There was like gritty sand. The entire backing of the padding had disintegrated. And on top of that, the padding itself had no squish. And it felt almost like fiberglass. It was really stiff. That's not any kind of rug padding I'm used to. Usually it's a felting kind of thing. It's felt. And this was not. So it's out, but we ended up just taking it anyway. And it's now out front waiting for the trash man. Because it's not. If I were to put that on the floors, all that backing disintegrating like that and being gritty, it's just going to take the finish off the wood. So we got that done, and we stayed, and Mike, bless his heart, very kindly pitched in, and there were totes that were full, and then there were a couple of totes that was empty. So they were, yeah, that's the old cheap style of padding. I mean, I know even my parents, the rugs they have has the wool, and they didn't have a lot of money, but they made sure they had the right kind of padding that wouldn't mess up the floors. But Michael, they brought the neighbor's wheelbarrow over. Some stuff went into the neighbor's garage. And so she still had stuff. They had gotten everything off of all the floors. So the second and third floor were completely empty, but there was still stuff on the first floor. And so I trying to calm her down, and I'm telling the lady whose house it is, I was like, look, let's just While they're taking that stuff over, you have 3 empty totes here. Let's fill them. You need to tell me what in this room is important. What's the most important stuff that you want to go with you? So I started putting it all in, and I'm walking with a cane at this point, trying to do this. And so we got that done. Mike did 4 trips with 2 to 3 totes in the wheelbarrow on each trip, and these were big ones. And then they took a couple of pieces of furniture over, because there was the one chair had already made it to her apartment, but for some reason the other straight back chair didn't, and it's a matching set. Beautiful hickory wood too, really old, like 1930s, 1940s looking. And so that went to the garage, and 2 lamps that she wanted for the apartment. And so they're all in the garage. Now, how we're going to get it from the garage to the storage unit or to her apartment or the apartment storage, I don't know. But we all agreed nobody's doing anything this week. When I called her on Tuesday at noon, she was at the house, because she had to get there at 7 to let in the cleaners and then the people from 1-800, what is it, Got Junk. And so they were taking everything that was left and cleaning out everything. And then the cleaners that the realtor had hired, and who had told her, oh, they're going to come Monday, you have to be done by Sunday, and told her that on Friday. Well, that didn't happen. They didn't show up till Tuesday. So I don't know if she did change it with the cleaners and was able to change it to a different date, or if she just yanked the chain of an old lady. I don't know. I did find out how old she was. Remember I told you she had been telling me that she's in the vicinity of 80, but wouldn't tell me which side of that she was on? Well, she got a little frustrated with the other person who was helping her, because that person kept telling her, you need to move faster. You need to move faster. And she finally had enough of it and said, I'm 82 and I'm exhausted. How much faster do you expect me to be able to move? And I went, and because you could immediately, like, the tension in the room just like ratcheted up. And I just turned around and looked at her and was like, I got you now. You wouldn't tell me how old you are, but I know now. And she just looked at me and went, what? And I went, you told me you were in the vicinity of 80 and you wouldn't tell me which direction. And they both started laughing. And all of a sudden, all the tension just eased out of the whole place. And it just made it so much easier then, because they'd been together all day long, and the one kept worrying about we got to take this to recycling. We've got a stack of cardboard here. I'm going to leave it and run it over to the recycling center in our town. And that is not the time. When you get to the last 2 days, it's all trash. If it's the hell with recycling, it has to be all trash. You have no time left. So it was kind of crazy. They lost a lot of packing time, because this one was so obsessed with making sure everything that could be recycled got recycled. You don't have the time for that in those last 48 hours, especially if you don't have everything packed. So, but she's out now. Keys were handed in. I have to call her tomorrow. I told her I'll call her Friday and check in on her. And then next week we'll see about, if you're up to having me come over and help you with anything. But for right now, don't worry about it. Just rest. That's all any of us should do the rest of this week, is just rest. And yeah, I would be firing that realtor too. And if that realtor did that, I made sure Michelle knew about it, her daughter knew about it. And I'm sure she had words with that realtor. I'm sure she did, because Lord knows I would be. If somebody did that to my mother, I'd be looking. Not only would they get reamed out by me, I'd be going to their boss. I'm not having that. Don't do that crap to a woman that age. So, but it's done now. Everything's out. Mind you, this means there is a lot of boxes in the apartment. There's an apartment storage unit that sounds like it's full of boxes of stuff. And then there's some other storage unit somewhere. full of stuff. So my running and doing goodwill runs for her, I'm sure, is not over. I'm sure it's absolutely not over. So I just know it. She was worried too. She says, "All right, so are you going to abandon me now that I'm not in the house anymore?" We're like, "No, I have every intention of being at the apartment taking stuff away, you know." And she got the biggest grin on that because she says, "Well, good, because I think of you as a friend now." And I'm like, "Well, I think of you as a friend too. We've been doing this since 2019. It's just only this summer that you finally let me in, and we really got to know each other better." And she's no more cantankerous than my one grandmother was, so I know how to deal with that. You make them laugh, and it works better. So, excuse me a second, guys. Uh, Mike got sick last weekend, and then it turned into bronchitis because he has ragweed allergy. For me, I thought I had a cough drop left. Maybe I ate it already. For me, it's leaf mold. And lo and behold, it rained, and the leaves are all down, and the city hasn't come and picked them up yet. There it is. One last Ricola left. So now I woke up this morning and it all was just sinuses and draining down the back of my throat. And I knew it was coming because we had the rain. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't get bronchitis. I do not want that. So two of the things I got too is this is vintage. I'm not opening it. This is vintage face powder. It is a lovely light pink that this is this kind that I would wear on I did stage makeup, because if I used, there's certain ones I couldn't wear because they would turn orange with my skin because my skin's so pale. So a lot of times I would end up wearing this cream makeup called Leading Lady, but I'd break out so badly from the oil in it that they were getting, because one of these is actually Nancy Taylor Custom Cosmetics. And I knew that one because it still had the original wrapper, but the wrapper has popped off. I knew that one from years ago. That had, and they're both the really light pale pink that I used to wear on stage. So Bonnie's here. Hello. Oh, I am so glad to be through. Monday, I couldn't do anything. My legs just, the minute I tried to stand, my feet hurt so badly and my legs hurt that I basically spent most of the day in bed, off and on reading. I couldn't focus on the book I was reading. So I started looking at a magazine and I'd fall asleep. The cats loved it because they got to hang out with mom in mom's room, which normally they're not allowed into, but I was too tired to get up and shut the door. So I just kept dozing off and on. Mike got home from work and he's like, did you eat anything today? And I'm like, I don't know. I got a cup of tea. I fed the cats. I don't know. So he made sure I ate something for dinner. So yeah, Revlon, and I have one upstairs that's a face powder, and it's not a Revlon. It's a smaller company. And I can't think who it is off the top of my head. You can get some, but you usually have to find them online. Oh no, Bonnie. Oh, darling. Well, I know what the pain in my feet was from. It's because I haven't worked at Wawa since I fell. So it's been what, 2 years now? So yeah, 2021 was when I fell. So I'm not used to standing all that time. And before we got to last week, I'd go over maybe 2 days in a row. And then she'd have other people that she would have them scheduled. So you'd only be there maybe 4 or 5 hours because she couldn't deal with more than one person in the house at a time. But when it got to this weekend, man, there were five of us trying to help. But all that standing, because this past week, I was over there every single day for 6 to 9 hours every day and standing most of the time or up and down the stairs. I haven't felt that sore since I started working at Wawa because you're walking on a concrete floor all the time at Wawa. And so I'd forgotten, that it takes a while to get used to that. And I had lost a lot of that. So, oh, Bonnie, yeah. And if you need to, find a sports medicine doctor to make sure your spine's okay and you're not pinching anything. Because I ended up getting sent to a sports medicine doctor as opposed to a spinal doctor, because for that I'd have to go into Philadelphia with the insurance I have. And he has been a lot more helpful. Oh, long live the Pumpkin Queen. Well, that's a different title. And Bonnie, make sure you pay attention to what works to manage the pain. When I fell, the first thing they did is throw Oxycontin at me. It didn't really do squat. And I went back 3 days later and said, because I called up, so like, I need an appointment like soon, as soon as you can fit me in, because this medicine is not working. We need to have a talk. So I was in 3 days after having that prescription. And I kept pestering going. He goes, yeah, but he's like, I can up the dosage, but there's nothing else I can give you. And I'm like, what is, so I said, well, tell me what's causing all this pain. And he said, well, it's all the inflammation of the nerves. I said, then why are we not treating the inflammation? You're just treating the symptom. If you're just trying to hit the pain, you need to get to the root of what's causing it. And if it's all the nerve endings, because they're stuck in between vertebrae being inflamed, why can't we treat the inflammation then? And that's how I ended up on naproxen. And the difference after about an hour after the first dose was amazing. And then by the time I'd gotten, because you can only take them twice in a day. You got to take them like 12 hours apart. By the time once I got that second dose in, the difference was amazing. There was far less pain. Now, because everything was still so raw and I was literally bent over at a right angle, I'm not saying immediately took away all the pain, but I wasn't in tears the entire time from pain anymore because they finally treated the actual cause of the pain, even though they couldn't fix it right then. That took a couple of weeks of physical therapy, but they are very quick, most doctors, to just treat the symptom of the pain. You have to be your own advocate and push for, let's figure out what the cause is. So Bonnie, I hope you have a good doctor and you get that looked at. There's no reason to be still in a lot of pain. And it could be, if you fell there, you could, especially if you're pain in your arms, you could have a shoulder slightly out. I startled the kittens. So, and what morning was that? It was sometime over the weekend, whether it was Saturday, Sunday, or Monday morning. I don't know, I remember. But I got up and I sitting on the end of the bed, and I've got two cats on this side and Arwen's on this side. And I took my hands and I went like this and I just pulled my arms back. And both my shoulder blades, like they snapped, crackled, and popped like a bowl of cereal. And I suddenly had three cats looking at me like, You okay, Mom? Oh my goodness. Well, Bonnie, it's good that you have referrals. I have to get now that this house is emptied. I have found a lot of the paperwork. I have to call and get some of the things set up because I've got to get the MRI of the knee. The approval for that's only good until November 17th. I have to get the CAT scan for the hernias. I get all this stuff taken care of now. So, oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can understand that, Kathy. Absolutely. So, so I have some stuff. I'm gonna sit here and go through. She gave me this, and she has no idea where the dish is that would have gone with it. But she said it was Corningware. Oh, it is. And she said you could sell it as a replacement part. So some little hot, tiny casserole dish should fit in that. So I'll have to look that up. I have no idea what's in this. Like I said, stuff just got handed to me. Here you go. Use it with your scouts. Well, this is interesting. Oh, how cool. Does it have a little stopper? No. Usually they have a little metal piece. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's got a little piece. It's a little parasol. Be the right size for an American Girl's doll. It's got some feathers stuck on it. I don't know why. Maybe there's something feathery in there. So that's interesting. It's got a little glitch there, but that's kind of cool. I've never seen one this size. There we go. Pity my niece is my niece. My niece that had him an American Girl doll. You know, she's been married quite a few years now. Oh, geez, these things. The little finger thingies. How many are there? 2. I've been trying to clean stuff out. Now, I was out today to a friend's house. It's a stick. Actually, it's a piece of bamboo. I have no idea. This just seems to be a rolled up piece of paper. Well, I think those two are shot. But she bought all of tiny baby bottle, all of the clothing that Jan didn't want. And so there still was some that she hadn't had time to look at with these feathers. So I took them out today to my friend's house, and she does, it's Rebecca's Retro. Let me see if I can find it. If I spell it right. Here it is. She doesn't tend to like doing hard goods. She usually just does things associated with mostly with clothing and so she bought all the stuff from this lady, and I can't wait to see some of it come up online because there are some square dancing outfits. There's one suit that's from Coco Knits, which apparently was something from San Francisco, and it's a really nice little suit. So it's the skirt and a matching jacket. And so there's some cool stuff that she has, and I just took the last of it to her today. But she gave me a whole bag, a whole box of stuff. That's some of it's gonna one piece I'm gonna send to Goodwill, but the rest of it's gonna end up coming to a live sale. I don't know if these things are squirt guns. I don't like they're squishy plastic, but there's air coming out. It doesn't look like there's a hole. There's a couple of these weird little squishy. And I don't know what the heck. I mean, this is a fake lock, but it's that same squishy plastic. Oh, this is cool. Oh, he needs the lens. We're missing a lens. It was a kaleidoscope. Look at the graphics. That's really cool. It's got the one glass lens there, but not on this end. So maybe that's in the, maybe the lens is in the bag. Because the bag is cruddy. I want to get a new bag. Oh, comb. It's always handy. Okay. What are you? Stuff with more feathers. Oh! It's missing its other piece of wood, but I could work with that. That could make a nice background for an assemblage. You just glue the sticks together and then find a way to like stick it down in something and have that behind things. That could be fun. So I can't wait to see what she does have. Oh, this one says Space Jet. This one's bigger. Another finger thingy. Tiny little fake pirate knife. It says made in Japan. A random spoon. I think we need to save that. Okay, this is another squirt gun, but it looks like a green cigar. Yeah, I can feel air coming out. There's another odd piece of bamboo. What's the matter, Frodo? I have sleepy kitties. I don't see. Oh, I think Gimli's still in the basement, or else he went up with this. Elrond is in a box behind me here. Frodo is over there. Oh yeah, the squirt things? Yeah, they might have. What are these? Oh, hello. And it's got a little label that says Japan. Mercury glass beads. Wow, hello. With a tiny little label. Made in Japan. We're going to set those aside for whenever I figure out when we can have the Christmas sale. This is metal, but I think this is like a bubblegum ring. It's missing the stone, though. Okay, what, I'm not sure what this is gonna be. Okay, so maybe it's a charm, but it has a hole in the chest and a hole back there. I don't know why you would make it like that. A golf ball? That's harder. That's harder solid than these guys are. Oh my goodness. You are tiny. Come here. You look really weird. You look like your chest is caved in. It is a teeny tiny baby. Honestly, he's not much bigger than a dime. I don't know that you could put this on a pencil because that's not big enough. I mean, this is a pencil. That hole is not big enough. Oh yeah, I remember getting these out. Get the penny, put them in for a penny or a nickel, and get a little plastic. Now this one's metal. This is some kind of a ring. You have a marking in there. Not that I can read it. It has a U with an arrow through it and the number 7. Yeah, you're not fitting me. Wow. You seem like early Mark's toys. But sadly, he's missing a leg. Actually, he's missing one back leg on here, and then he's missing a front leg on the other side. Put a flag in the poodle. We need to find a tiny French flag. Hey, this is metal. This is... What is this? Oh, this is a Mardi Gras coin. I have one of these. It says Pirates of Penzance on it. So every year in Mardi Gras, different groups will have coins that they chuck out. Now some of them are plastic and don't mean anything, but a lot of older ones are metal. Like this one's light, so I think it's aluminum, but it's got an elk on one side and then what looks like a Lipizan stallion and rider on the other. And it says Elk's Crew of Orleanians, and says 1935 next to the elk's head. That's not the year this is from. And then on the back, it has Andrew Jackson, Mage Gen VOL, January 8th, 1815, hero of New Orleans. And then it says Mardi Gras, 1965. So this thing's as old as I am. Hi, Warren. I'll have to look that one up on eBay. Because some of the old Mardi Gras coins, I guess because they're very art specific. Yeah, here's a second one. Same thing. So there's 2 of them from the 1965 Mardi Gras. But some of them are worth quite a bit of money. It just depends on what. Oh, this one, its little straw inside is busted. But there's another one of those little squirt guns. There's some interesting bubblegum stuff in here. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. Bummer. There's a little lever on the side. It's a tiny little plastic slot machine. What a pity. It doesn't seem to want to turn. And we have another tiny little knife, pirate knife. Let's see what else we got here. Let's get all this stuff out. Because this bag is like really dusty and icky. I'd like to get this bag out of here. Is that everybody? That's everybody. Okay. Yeah, the Riders, Jackson. Well, there's a really old, I call them acorn bells. See, it's an early jingle bell, but it's looks more like an acorn from the side, but they're brass and they only ever have one slot with the holes on the side. This kind is really old. Like before, definitely before World War II, but I think before World War I. I used to know exactly, but I don't know now. Hey, a bubble pipe. Okay. Oh, so that explains what this is. So this is the sail and this is the boat. And this is made in Hong Kong. There we go. And another little squirt gun. Another little, oh, this is a, what? I don't know what all the little feathers are because there's nothing in here that's feathers. But they are definitely all over me now and all over the table. So there's another little goofy rubber knife. That's not a cutlass, though. That's different from the others. So there's the tiny little baby. Teeny tiny little plastic skeleton. Wow, this one reminds me of the Cracker Jack prizes. What's it say on there? Oh, it says Hong Kong. So I'll bet if I blew it, it would work. Maybe not. Nope. It has the little bead in there. Look how tiny it is. Pink on one side and green on the other. Little tiny whistle. Teeny little bead. Another little squishy plastic. Hey, it looks like a gummy bear. It's a bear with maybe a bottle of honey. Oh yeah, Mardi Gras can go really high. That's why I said I'll have to look up those 1965 ones. Another acorn. This woman had more nuts in her house. I'm not kidding. See, even this, there's an acorn in here. She had like baskets of little berry picking baskets. They were full of acorns or hazelnuts or all these different kinds of nuts that she just had picked up that they picked up on vacation or wherever. It just was kind of bizarre. The spider looks fuzzy because he's got feathers stuck to him. And he has a nail through his back. I don't know why. There's a nail through him. It's just a weird little plastic spider. Oh, this is cool. This is not soft squishy. This is a little more, but it's the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil monkeys. That's cool. It says Japan on the back. That's a neat little thing. Wow. When did trucks have that look to them? Definitely before the war. And oh, this one's styrene. This is that old harder plastic. Little styrene puppy. And I think this one's Mark's. MPC. So yeah, I think it is Mark. What did you just do? I think it is Mark's Toys. As one of the Cowboys said, I'll put that in the box of the ones that are from my brothers. And here is a rubber ball. This is definitely way before me because it's not smooth rubber and it feels like vulcanized rubber. But that's a camel. There's a camel. There's two elephants. And they're raised up. What's this side got? a dog, a horse. Okay, so there's like an elk and a dog. There's the elk. I can't tell what that one is, but there's the horse, I think. There's the horse. No, that's the dog. That is an old bouncy ball. So the only thing missing is there's another little boat, but no sail for it. So I'm not going to worry about that. What did I do with them? Not in my pocket. Darn it. I know I had them when I came out here. I've been like this ever since Sunday. I sit stuff down. I completely forget where. I could have sworn I brought, well, I know I took them out of the drawer. 2 Ziploc bags. Do you think I see them in front of me right now? No, because I wanted to take the stuff from that and stick it in a Ziploc bag because cleaner. Oh, we got a turtle. What's the turtle say? Hong Kong, made in Hong Kong. Oh, turtle has a broken face. His mouth is broken. He's thin, but he's styrene. That stuff does tend to get brittle. Not like celluloid. Celluloid gets extremely brittle. So some of this is definitely going to go in that Goodwill box. I'll stick 3 of these in a sandwich bag and let some kids have some fun with these things. And oh, I got 2 teeny babies. But I think some of the other stuff, 2 metal rings I'll sit aside. We didn't find the lens. We didn't find the missing lens for the kaleidoscope, but still, that's a cool graphic. That's pretty cool. Made in Japan. So, so I will have to find something, and I don't know. I mean, this must be from a game or something, but that's an Ironside battleship. That's a Civil War battleship. That's one of the ironclads. And on the flag, you can see like an X, so it's supposed, I guess, to be the Confederate. But I don't know what that's from. It's hard plastic. It's that styrene stuff. And you can see on the ends, it's even got the cannon off of each end. So I have rarely seen the 4 monkeys. And the few times I have, I'm like, what is the 4th one for? I've very rarely seen 4 monkeys. So I didn't know there were 4, but it's been a long time since I've seen a 4th monkey. Very long time. So I can't use you in an assemblage if your face is all mushed up and missing. So I guess I'm going to have to get rid of turtle too. All right. What's the next bag? So, yeah, I didn't know what it was for. I don't know if they're old Cracker Jack prizes. Now, I do think the little whistle probably is. I think the little truck might be, because they're both that hard styrene kind of stuff that for a while there Cracker Jack was using. I don't think these are. There's a whole bunch of them, and they're all too similar, but they're all different types. Like this one's some kind of, it says it's a space jet, and then this one's got kind of a space age look to it. But then there's a 6-shooter. This one looks more kind of spacey. There's another 6-shooter. And they're water guns, but the funniest part is the cigar. Green cigar. And it's a water gun. Then of course, then there's the poodle that has a hole in his chest and a hole in his backside. Oh my goodness. Such goofy stuff. But she's like, oh, these are, do you think you could use these toys with your Boy Scouts? Sure. Sure. Just take it, just get it out the door. So that's, what the heck? What is this? Okay, gang, help me out. You tell me. I opened it up. That's what's in there. Now they folds over. What the heck? I don't know what this is. Yeah, these are tight little, I have no idea. Is it? That coin's too big. How about this one? Yeah, but they're all the same width, pretty much. I don't know how many coins it would hold. Huh, because that does fit. So I got one down in there. That's a Canadian coin. Huh, maybe it is. Because they're not exactly the same sizes. And I could see how this one could be quarters and this one could be dimes. But these two look almost the same size. So I suppose nickels and pennies really aren't that far apart in size. Cool. Well, that's certainly different. I've never seen one of those before. Now, how old is that? It's spare battery. For what? Oh, and it's corroding. So, no, it's not a spare for anything. Oh, I'm keeping this box. It's a box of matches. The Black Cat, Antiques, Crafts, and Novelties, 3424 Sansom Street, Philadelphia. It's a pack of wooden matches, but look at that. That's going in my Halloween stuff. I'll take the matches out, but that's going in. Oh, one of these. Oh, look, there's still a few in there. Old fuses. It's an auto fuse. I can put that on eBay and actually I think I have some from out of my basement. Hey, check out the shape of these. Are these? Oh, this is not in English. The quote they have inside is from Oscar Wilde. That part's in English, but Ich hab. Oh, it's German. Yeah. Ich bin mit dem. Ah. My German extends to Hogan's Heroes. That's not going to be. Yeah, it's not. But I've never seen it. Look at the shape that they are. They're an odd little shape. That's definitely a different kind of shape for matches. I remember coming across a thing that looked like a matchbook, but the tips had this crystallized amber color stuff on the end. And my mom told me that they were for fixing your stockings. When you had a runner in your stockings, you'd take one of them off, just like you would a match. You put it in your mouth for a few seconds, and your saliva would get the glue start to turn all gooey, and then you would just take it and put it on where the hole was, so then it would dry there and it would stop the runner. Oh, you do bounce. Another bouncy ball. But it would stop the thing up. It would stop on your leg from running even further. That's a pick from something. I have no idea. Whatever it is, it's made to fit down in something. Oh, cool. It's a little magnifier. You put the thing inside and then the lid magnifies it, but there's something in there. Oh, it looks like another teeny tiny watch battery, but it also looks like it's got corrosion around it. I'm not messing with that. An old marble. Another kind of pick. I wonder what this one's made out of. This is not your typical plastic. What is this? It says Japan, but it's weird. It's most picks are a really hard plastic, but this is somewhat bendable. I don't know if it's a real piece of tortoise shell or if it's some kind of plastic they used. I don't know what that is. It's just some weird little green thing. Oh my goodness. What are you? Huh? Oh wow. I'll have to find a back for it, but this is one of the lapel pin for the Who. I think I have some extra backs in that stuff that I got from Lisa. There's a polished rock. Just odd bits. I'm telling you, man, she never got rid of anything. Well, there's another one of these little green. They look pretty good polished up. Might as well clean the other one. I don't know what they are. They're not, I mean, I guess they're just some kind of glass. I don't think they're a stone. But one is round and the other one's a little more oval. Nice looking though. Let's see, a little bolt, a metal washer, screw. Yeah, that's gone. No idea what that little thing is. Nor do I know what this little plastic thing is. What does it say? Oh, funny viewer. Look through and turn. And this says Cracker Jack on it. Have a year? Funny viewer. Cracker Jack. Z1374. I think it's a Chicago one. Yeah, Chicago. Yeah. Chicago and then a zip code. So what does it do? Oh, there's two of me on the screen. That's cool. So when you look through it, somehow it like duplicates what you're looking at. So when I look through it, I can see two of the blocks of me, on the screen. It's really strange. But it does say Cracker Jack on it. So I don't think I found it again. There used to be a website you could go to, and it had like a whole inventory of what were Cracker Jack prizes through the years. But that was on the old laptop, and when that died, I lost a lot of cool websites that I had tagged. So I'll have to see if I can find that again. This we don't. I don't know what that's just gonna go. That's been my day now. Is like now that I'm home, I'm trying to go through and sort out boxes and see what's gonna go. She was born in 1941. My mom, however, was a Depression era baby because my mom was born in 1929 in June, and then the stock market crashed in what, October? So, but yeah, well, this lady grew up on a farm. The farm had the the house she grew up in, there was no running water, there was no electricity. It wasn't until the end of the war, after it was over, when there was some kind of thing, and it was, I guess, there was a lot of money being put out to put the returning GIs to work, and there was something for rural development. And she actually said the name of the act, and she says that's when they finally got electricity, and they had electricity before they had running water in the house because it took a lot longer to get a sewer pipeline system out into some of these rural areas. And so, they just, can you imagine that? I mean, there was her and her sister, and, might not be another kid for miles. And I've never, other than when she said that there was her and her sister, I've never heard her say anything about siblings, other than the brothers. There is a brother. And so she talked about him pretty often, but she didn't talk about the sister. So I don't know if the sister is still, I don't know that the sister is still around. But yeah, yeah. So she was born in 41. So, because there were still shortages well into the 50s for some things. Oh, I hear you, Elrond. So, so yeah, I think a lot of these were probably Gumball and Cracker Jack toys, and I don't know if anything's on the pipe. Usually I could spot it if it reflects in the light, but yeah, there's nothing printed on the pipe. So I think some are, but I think some might just be, little toys from heaven knows from Christmas crackers or whatever. So, and this was in there too. I doubt it still writes. It's a pen. It's still in its plastic. Plastic's all dusty. Let me see. Be a miracle if this thing still wrote. No, it doesn't. But this kind of pen you can get, usually you got to find them, but you can usually get new cartridges. Oh, it's a Schaefer pen. Honestly, it looks like the old school kind. It was at the bank teller windows. Yeah, so I could probably get a new cartridge for that. I like this pen. I would like to get a cartridge for it. My hands are small, so I like pens that have a nice small part to grab. Some pens are thick and I don't write as well. I don't write as smoothly with them. But a slim one like this would be great. So I'll have to see. Like this is one Michael gave me, but look how thick this is compared to this one. There's a difference there. And these guys are big and they just don't fit my hand as well. If I use them for a while, the bigger ones, they push on my knuckle and that knuckle then starts to hurt. So, what is this about? Oh yeah, junk drawer stuff? Absolutely. Oh yeah, yeah. She didn't say how much electric they had, like if it went to the whole house, but they had electric. Um and the Um, but they didn't have. What are you doing over there? They didn't have running water for a long while, and because she was, I think she was 14 when they finally got like a real bathroom in the house. So it was 14 or 15, I think she said. So it had been a while. Oh, I hear kitties scratching at the door. So they want out of the basement now. So let me go get some. Yeah, let me go get some sandwich bags to put this stuff in and see what else I can find for us to go through for a little bit. I just have to get out of here. I have a box of stuff to pack next to me, but I have to step up and over it. And my left leg, that's the side I had that mini stroke on. My left leg does not want to lift. It's just being annoyingly tired. Oh, oh, come on, darn it. There we go. Come on. Come on, bedtime. Let's go. Upstairs. Come on. Come on. Bedtime. Time to go upstairs. Come on. Well, you the only one. You couldn't have been the only one down. Where's the other one? Get out of the way. Gotta move these. Oy, oy. Come on. Yeah, that leg just don't really want to work. Now, Mike did the hard work tonight when he got home from work and after he made dinner because she had a combination convection oven, microwave oven, and she gave it to me. So it's bigger than our microwave. So he measured, made sure it would fit just barely fits on the counter. And it needs a good cleaning inside. She said he'll take care of this weekend. Grabbed a handful of these suckers. And so we have that now, which is better than our really ancient microwave. So that'll be good. That's an upgrade. We're trying not to bring anything into the house that's either not going to be sold or is not an upgrade. Anything that's staying has to absolutely be an upgrade. All right, there's all the silly little old water pistols in one bag. And gonna put these goofy little knives in with these. And the rest of the little stuff, I'll just move you over. Tuck it all in one for now, just to clear the way. But yeah, they're definitely going to be a junk drawer a lot, except for like him. I know he's Mark's Toys, and I have a whole box, a beer box of Mark's Toys, because my brothers had, God, they had the Civil War set, they had the Indian set, they had the Knights set, they had a lot. So there is a whole box of Mark's Toys. Might as well put all of it in here and not gonna worry about the golf ball. Not gonna worry about the matches there either. All right. Get that away. Oh my goodness. She licked it. Wow. Michael showed me, because he has TikTok on his phone, and he showed me one that was really funny because the woman was cooking and also she says something about her microwave. She's talking about the microwave. Just cracked me up. I thought it was so funny. Huh. You know what this looks like? This looks like the glass bowl for those ones where it has the cat who's looking down at something. I want one of those in the worst way, but that looks like the right size bowl. Might hang on to that. And I might hang on to this one too. Glass flower frog. Very dusty. This is the box that came out of the basement of stuff she let me have. So that needs a bath. I've got a small, look at that square handle. Oh, is it Revereware? Man, it's got a copper bottom. Who are you? You're not Revereware, I'm sure. Daycraft stainless steel made in Korea. I've got a new little saucepan. And I have to see what these are. She said these were duplicates that she had, so she didn't want them. And this is a, what's it say? 5NS. Where were you made? There's some weird tape over it. She had stuff for some really cool flower arrangements, like Ikebana kind of stuff. Oh, wait, this says, okay, that's not the name I was expecting. This says Francoma on the bottom. I mean, it needs a good cleaning, but that's a surprise. Oh, I also got, there were a couple of things of alcohol, and she said, well, we'll take them all upstairs, and all the people who've helped me out, everybody can have a bottle. They could take what they wanted. Well, nobody took any. There were 8 bottles of champagne sitting there. Nobody took any. 2 bottles of whiskey, 1 bottle of something else, and red wine. There was a rosé. And I think the something else was gin. So on Sunday, like, we're at the end of the day, and there's only the other woman and myself there. And she's like, I can't believe nobody took any of the booze. And I went, neither did I. So we got to pick what we wanted. And I had already said, I want to claim this one because this is from Scotland. This is Scotch whiskey. And it's still clear and it's still good because that stuff lasts forever. And I thought it was good Scottish stuff. I was like, oh, yeah, I want that one. She goes, oh, but it's not full. And I went, it's Scotland. I don't care if it's full. It'd be nice, but I'll take that one. Well, I ended up getting this other one. It's premium bottle of something that's J.W. Walker. It's not a brand I recognize. I know it's an American brand, but it's some special premium edition that they only made a specific run of, and it's never been opened. Still had the bow around its neck from when it had been gifted to her. So I got both of them. I got both the whiskeys. Okay. So that'll have to get cleaned up. But boy, the stuff in this box from the basement is so cool. Let's see what cookie cutters I got. Supposedly with a convection oven, I can make cookies now. We'll see. I don't know what it is. What on earth? Okay, guys. You tell me. What the heck is that? Maybe this way? I don't know what it is. I can't tell what that's meant to be. I don't know. I'm at a loss on that one. Oh, hello, Aragorn. Oh, this one's pretty old. There's a bunny. Nice bunny. Oh, a snowman. Why would you give me false hope? I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually like a broom and a face. But when you turn it around, that's not going to impress on that cookie. It's not really thick enough in there. That's cool. Nice little snowman. I'll be keeping the snowman. What are you trying to do? Leave your brother to sleep. And this one's copper. It's a nice angel. Probably put that one in a live sale. Oh, now I have one of these in the red hard plastic. This one's an aluminum one of the reindeer. And it's a little out of kilter. I could straighten that out. Old Christmas tree. And then there's one of these. I always like these. They have the ridges. These would have been a bridge set, and you would have had the heart, the diamonds, spade, the clubs. And what are you doing, sir? Hey, Aragorn, what are you doing? So I've always liked these. These were some of my favorites. Though I think this one is a little bit longer than the one I have that I inherited. Oh, heck. Bag's got a hole in it. Well, that's all right. See if they fit in here. Yes, sir. What do you want? But I cannot figure out for the life of me what that sucker's supposed to be. Yes. Hi. What? It's all right. They don't bite. They're just cookie cutters. They're not going to bite you. Telling you, that cat's got a smooth brain. Everything just rolls right off of it. You think it's Santa? I don't know. I can't see how that... Figure it out. What are you doing? What are you doing, Aragorn? You just tripped over it. What are you doing? Goofball. All right, let's see. Okay, I have to clean these up. But there's a pair of these really cool looking shoes. Now they're made in Japan, but I have to look it up because I've seen that logo before. But look at the shoes. All the little flowers on them. There's even flowers on the back. So, isn't that cool? Yeah, I have a lot of my mom's cutters too. So these will be getting cleaned up and coming to a sale soon. This will probably not be coming to a sale. It's a flower frog of a deer. And it's yellow. And it's cool. And it's also not marked. I was so surprised when she said, anything you want in those boxes on that shelf, because otherwise it's all going to end up in the trash. You take it, whatever you want. And I picked this up and I went, are you sure? Because there have been times where you pick up the nicest thing and she goes, oh, wait, I want that. So I picked this one up and I was like, now, are you sure? And she said, you really like that? I said, yeah, it's cool. It's a great pose and it's yellow and it's neat looking. And she goes, well, you can have it then. Okay. But I want to enjoy that for a little while. That's such a great pose. You better not wake your brother up. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come. Come. I will come get you then. You leave Elrond alone. He's sleeping. There will be no zooming and running around of the house with you fighting with everybody. Everybody's asleep. Go up and see Daddy. Go up and go to bed. So, but yeah, I think that is so cool. Now, let's see. Yeah, there's another little tinier one of these. I can't imagine that you guys necessarily would want these little things. So I'm thinking these may have to go to Goodwill. because I've got another one like this that's in the dish rack drying. I don't know. What would you guys be able to do anything with that if I put that into a live sale? I mean, you might be able to make some kind of little assemblage in the bottom, but then you'd have to make some kind of a top. I don't know. Not one I could figure out anything what I could do with it. Now I don't know if I found another of this. Doesn't have a marking. And I've got to see if it can clean up. But yeah, that looks like the type when they used to give you the actual glass bulb, you know, the glass vase to put the goldfish in. But it's a salt and pepper shaker, but I don't know if I found the second one. Isn't that cute? I had a pretty little cat that I bought off somebody's live sale about a year ago. And Elron decided to get way up on top of the bookcases, the 8-foot tall bookcases in my room. And then he couldn't figure out how to get down, and he knocked it off of a shelf, off the top of the bookcase, and broke the ear off. And you know, it was a cat that looked a lot like him. It was a little porcelain Siamese cat and broke its ear off. Little jerk. Is there more than one? What's this one? Yeah, there's some weird little tiny birds. Now the bags they're in are just cruddy. The birds are flocked, and they look like they're in good shape. Made in Hong Kong, especially the red cardinals. So they're going to need to be taken out of those. This, does it have a name? Something on the bottom. SAHNA. And a price. But this is a little pottery pot, little piece, hand thrown. So that'll be showing up in a live sale. Get rid of the icky bag. Yes, I did take my blood pressure medicine. I took it. I actually took it early. Like I took it at like 9:30 because I'm so tired, and I could tell it was up because you could hear, like, your ears feel like they need to pop, and you can hear your heartbeat in the ears, and you can actually hear the blood when it beats rushing through. So I took it early because I could tell it was up already, and it was bothering me. You're supposed to take it at a set time every night, but this whole month it's been not, and it's been really stressful month. And so, but I made sure I took it already. Hello, Helen. Hi. Nice of you to join us. We're just going through, I had that house clean out, and we're just going through seeing what's in some of the boxes, because honestly, I mean, this looks like another pottery piece, but I can't figure this one out. So this is two separate pieces. Now the inside of this part, that white's not glazed, but this lifts out, and then this has like little holes on either side. I mean, it's interesting looking little thing, but just has a number 3, or else that's an M, marked on the bottom. Oh, there's crud down in there. Dump that in the trash. But they're exactly the same color, so they definitely go together. But I don't know why there would be these odd holes here. I don't know, but it's there. Now, there was one planter that she let me take, and it turns out it's a McCoy. Mike really likes it, though. He's like, we could put a plant in that. Yeah. Because it looks like I have a few pieces of McCoy that are in that similar pattern where it looks like a basket. Looks like a woven basket. But my stuff is yellow. And this one happened to be white. And I don't have too much of the white McCoy. Now this one's not marked. It's got that kind of base. But I would have thought this was more Mike's kind of thing because it has a somewhat Asian slight quality to it. Having the flower off to the side like that. But that's a nice vintage planter. I kind of like that one. But I think that one would be, maybe you could hang it up. But those, yeah. Well, yeah, you might be able to. You have to put an awful big knot so that it didn't. You stand back up the way you did before, and we're going to put the fish, yeah, we're going to put the birds in the goldfish thing. What are you? What the heck? Okay, there's teeny tinies in here. Oh, did you come off of this? So there's this little stone, and there's marks for 3 little critters. That's an old price sticker. But there's a teeny tiny little duck. Do you fit? Oh, look at that. You fit right in. Now, are you one of them? Because you're an owl. And if an owl is with a duck, it's not going to end well for the duck. No, the owl does not match any of the glue marks. So maybe there's some more little critters hiding in the bottom of the box. Let's see. Are there any more little duckies hiding? What are you? You're something tiny. Nope, you're a turtle with a hat on and no face. But it's a turtle. You certainly look wide enough for that one spot, but no. Whatever was in that one spot had front feet. So I guess it was at some point a mama duck and 2 babies. And now there's just 1 baby. And an owl and a turtle. So now this one, oh, I wasn't kidding when I said she had all kinds of acorns. Now this is some kind of, I think maybe a hawthorn tree, but they have the little caps to them that look like little hats. There's 3 of these in here and a little itty bitty. What are you doing? Hey, Aragorn. What are you doing? Stop. You're trying to do stuff you know is bad to get attention. Aw, it's got a hole in it. Nice looking seashell, but there's a hole in the side. But that'll clean up real nice, though. That's pretty. And it's all in this white hobnail. No mark on there, but nice little white hobnail piece. And then there's this one. I like this one. Now, you know me, I'm not huge on glass. I have to get out what's hiding inside is metal flower frogs. There's 2 round ones, a rectangular one, and the 2 round ones are stuck in this great big oval one, which actually has number 61, Daisy, Dazey, needle sharp flower holder made in the USA. First time I've ever seen one with a manufacturer's name on it. But isn't this cool? I like that. I like the color. And it's not like perfectly round. So it's a little different. Now, what it looks like, I'm looking at my phone and my phone's making it look like a wine color, but it's a Christmas red. It's a really nice Christmas red, which is why I like it. And when you look at it, there is a front and a back because this piece here, this is, I'm holding it straight, and you can see that this is a little bit higher than down here. So it's actually like it's got a slope like that. So that could be really nice with some greenery and some holly leaves and a little bit of a pontal down there. So no idea who made it or anything. There's some icky cobwebs and crap down in there. Yeah, this stuff all needs a bath tomorrow. Can I get to that? Yeah, there we go. Got that out, put it in the trash. But it all needs a bath. Even the whiskey bottle needs a bath. Because even that's all dusty. So, but yeah, it's oh, is that what you think that they look like? Yeah, that one, it does look like a water lily on the side. That white one. So there's no other kitty. No other kitty in there. Pity. That would have made a really cute set. So I'll have to wash that stuff up because I don't know, maybe that glass bowl. This glass bowl I want to hang on to though, because sometimes you see those cat looking down on the thing and you find them without the bowl. And I'm really pretty sure that's the right size bowl or close enough to it that it'd be all right. I'm always looking out for one of them because I really want to get a black one, black cat one. So we've got you. We'll tuck you back down in. And we got our little shoes, our little green shoesy woozies. I do need to work on seeing who that marks from. So that's not a bad box. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. I won't be keeping it all. Just mostly just that one glass piece, the one clear bowl, the red one, possibly probably the metal flower frogs, because those are really good when they're cleaned up to use on holding up vintage postcards. So because you can decorate with them and they fit right in between all the times. So that would probably be that. Geez, I've got my trash bag most of the way full just with all the plastic that was over top of everything. It was all cruddy. So oh, this stupid cough is coming back. I do not want bronchitis. No, 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 no. So how have you guys been on your projects? I'm looking up Francoma Pottery Square. 5NS. Is that what this one is? This thing's really dirty. Yeah, 5NS. Well, somebody's got a listing for $30 for one. Oh. So I can't tell under all that dust if that's the prairie green or the brown, but we'll find out when I wash it. We will find out when I wash it. Has anybody got any sold ones? There's the real thing. So it comes in Plainsman Brown, or what was the name of that green one? Oh, that's a desert gold. So it comes in like a tan color too. I am not finding a sold comp. Prairie green. That's what the green is. It's called prairie green. So it's meant to be a serving bowl. I'm seeing an awful lot of listings that are not sold. So let me go back up, and instead of just completed, let's look for just sold. See if anybody's sold any. Because I put in Francoma Pottery Square. Somebody got $39.95 for the square and the matching round, a matching round bowl. But I don't have that. I just have, hey, there's a cool squirrel. I just have the square. Somebody's got the plates that match. Mugs. There's a serving bowl. Well, there's one for $36.99, but has a slash through it. Says best offer accepted. So you don't actually know um what they got, really. Hmm. Well, there's one that sold for $15 and another one for 31. But they're both the green. I don't think that's green. It's just got so much dust. I can't be completely sure. So, hello, Nancy. Hi. So that'll be the fun. Why did you log me out, eBay? What did you do? There we go. So there are more boxes in the kitchen because I can't open up the kitchen door because there was just nowhere. It took me until yesterday to completely empty the car. Well, I shouldn't say it completely empty, to mostly empty the car. There are still two dismantled bookcases in the back seat of the car, but there was a tub and an outdoor trash bag completely stuffed, both of them, with clothing that went out to Chad's Ford to Rebecca's Retro. Um, so so she got all the clothing that wasn't wanted, and she said she'd take even the stuff you wanted to donate. So she bought it all for $100 and took it all. And I brought her the last of the stuff. And then she gave me some stuff, including some still sealed boxes of Star Wars themed Dixie cups from 1980. So now the boxes aren't in the greatest shape, but even in the condition they're in, I think I can get $30 a box for each one on eBay. So, I helped her, I negotiated and helped her score some good vintage clothing, and she helped me out by giving me a box of stuff because she doesn't really do hard goods. So there's there's a little bit of jewelry, some Christmas jewelry, so I'll add that to the Christmas sale when we finally have it. Um, I just need to make sure I'm not getting sick, and what night can I stay up late and we have my Christmas sale birthday party, because that got totally wrecked with all the chaos from this household clean out. And then the weekend of the next week would be a live sale, and there will be one, but I don't think it'll be the Christmas one because I have to be ready to drive scouts the next day up towards the New York PA state line. So I can't have too long a sale next week because I'm probably going to have to drive. We don't have enough adults. We don't have enough ASMs, which are assistant scoutmasters. We don't have enough parents going on trips. So we need drivers. So there was supposed to be an email go out today and it didn't. I think he's going to wait till Sunday to do it, but it needs to go out that, hey, you might want to come with your kid. We could use some drivers. Because right now we have 30 kids that have shown an interest in being on this trip, but I've only got enough cars going to take 10. This is a problem. Definitely a problem. So, because Mike can't go, um, his job is sending him to Houston, Texas on Saturday for training. Actually, I have to ask him, how long is he going to be gone? I don't know how long he's going to be down there. So yeah. So it's a problem. We have a lot of parents that don't go on trips right now, and that's not okay. We really need you to come. We just don't have enough assistant scoutmasters, and without them, we don't have cars because two of the assistant scoutmasters aren't going on this trip because they have conflicts. So I have to go, and Mike can't go, Tony can't go, uh, Russ can't go, Dave can't go. Though Dave's kids have both aged out, so they're probably not going. And I don't know if his son, who's now an assistant scoutmaster, I don't know if he's able to go on this trip or not. If he can go, then that's 3 more seats. But if all these kids want to go, somebody's got to rent a 14-passenger van, and it's not going to be me. So it'll yeah, they don't and some of the families I get it because there's younger kids. Like their oldest one is in the troop and they've got younger kids that they need to stay home with because one of the scouts, he's 12 and he's got um his younger brother is we're not going to see his younger brother for at least another year because you don't usually cross over to from Cubs to Boy Scouts until you're like 11. And so he's 12 and I think his younger brother, he's 9 or he's 10. So we've either got a year or 2 years before we see the younger brother. And then after that there's another brother who's 6 years younger than the one I have now. So, mom and dad are taking care of the two other ones while older brother gets to go do scout stuff. So it can be a little bit challenging. And I've got quite a few kids where we've got the oldest sibling, and I can think of 7 of them right off the top of my head that there's younger siblings that need the parent around. And I know with one family, the father works a job where he's sent all over the country, so he's not always around. So mom's on her own. So it's a challenge. Yeah, a lot of times I think they think we're the babysitters of America. It's like, no, no, we're not. We are not. Oh. Aragorn, what are you doing? Aragorn, I'm hearing paper being ripped. That child of mine, he is definitely an airhead. He gets bored, and he slept earlier, so now they're out of sync. So he's awake. Elrond's asleep here. Frodo's asleep here. I'm pretty sure Gimli and Arwen are asleep upstairs with Michael. And so this numbnut is just looking for stuff to get into. When I went out to the kitchen to get the box, he hops up on the sink and he's trying to see what's in the sink. Out of there. He's just a little airhead. Absolutely a little airhead, or as Mike said, he's got a smooth brain. Ideas just slide right off. So does knowledge. Oh my goodness. Such a little twit. But I love him, you know. I love them all. It's just kind of rough sometimes because there's a lot of paper in this house right now. And heaven forbid I have any unattended tissue paper. Well, then I got to watch out for Elrond, Frodo, Arwen, and Aragorn. The only one that doesn't tear paper apart is Gimli. But for some reason, tissue paper, they shred it. They shred it to nothing. Little stinkers. So, well, my throat is beginning to go. So I'm going to go. I know it's only been 2 hours, and sometimes we sit and chat for 3, but I need to go rinse my sinuses out with a neti pot and take some medicine for going to bed because I'm determined I am not getting sick. I don't have time for that. Absolutely do not have time. I need my house back. And so far Mike is sticking to the plan. Mike cooked dinner again tonight. Mike did all the dishes today. So we're still sticking to that. And that's great because it's freed me up to do some things with this stuff and start sorting out those boxes that are in the kitchen of what's just should just go to Goodwill and what can come to a live sale or, go to eBay, though most of it is coming to you guys. There's no big high-end thing that would make me significantly more. So, because that's my criteria is like, if it's going to make me triple what I can get from a live sale, then I need to put it on eBay or on Etsy because I need a new roof. Or some things come to you first. Like Etsy, I have quite a few counted cross stitch kits and stamped stitch kits in my Etsy store. But they came to you guys first and for a lower price. So I usually bring stuff to you first, unless it's something that's going to significantly, because we really need a new roof. Oh, what's Briggs got? I've been watching the local auction house again because I'm trying to see like what do they sell things for. And they've had some amazing Japanese stuff because they had that kimono sale. And now they've got these odd things like there's a lot that's just gorgeous looking Asian fans, all hand painted but one. And man, they're beautiful, beautifully done. Gonna watch that one. Right now, the bidding's at $8. This stuff ends in 10 hours and 36 minutes. So they end tomorrow morning, and I can't believe they're going for just $8. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, but it helps me figure out what I should send to them because we are gonna start. We haven't figured out though where can we put the boxes until we have 10 boxes of stuff to go to the auction house. But that's the plan. Start moving some stuff along out to them. So, all right, guys, you have a good night. I was supposed to have the planning meeting for this trip on Sunday, but we couldn't get into the old mill in Rose Valley because there's a wedding. It's been rented out for a wedding. So we have to do our planning meeting before our scout meeting on Wednesday night. I hate that because then you're trying to condense what should be an hour-long meeting into like 30 minutes. Doesn't always work. So I now have Sunday night at the moment free. So I might come on live on Sunday night and just say hi and see what we're doing. I don't know what I might do. There's so much stuff here. I may find myself just throwing up another live sale real quick on Sunday. So keep watching. Make sure you see if there's notifications. That's why I tell you guys always put a bell. Take that bell for notifications and put it on all. But I'm hoping I can pop on live, whether I have a few things to sell or not, I don't know. But I'm going to try to go live on Sunday, even if it's just a work with me where I can get the tripod set up and you guys can work with me and we see what's in some of these boxes. All right. So good night. Have a pleasant weekend. And if you're in some of those areas that got snow already, that was a rude surprise for Halloween for some areas of the country. Stay safe and don't slide and slip on any of it. Okay? Good night, my night owls.